for surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald.
Ready to go from Petco Park for our San Diego section high school baseball games of the day at Petco Park. Welcome inside the press box, everybody. Jonathan Rifkind on the call with you. Delighted to be with you for the first of what will be 6 games and over 12 hours of on-air time. I'll be along for the ride with you for all 6 games through tomorrow night as we get you ready for our opener. Each and every broadcast here at Petco is brought to you by State Farm and Ronald Wayne. Surprisingly great rates. He's here to help you save. Contact Ronald Wayne at 858-484-1297. Each and every game also brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. More on our wonderful sponsors, but it's time to get you ready for the action as Torrey Pines taking on Sage Creek in some North County action here at Petco Park. You can hear the fans in the stands. Oh, there's only a couple hundred, but it almost sounds like half the stadium is full from our purview here behind home plate. Getting ready for both sides. Torrey Pines coming into today at 13-5. They have had a phenomenal season. Sage Creek had a rough start, but now they are rolling. They are 10-7 and absolutely throwing gas out of their bullpen. Let's get you the starting lineups first for the designated visiting Torrey Pine Falcons. As announced by first-year head coach Tommy Simas in his second season with the team as an assistant last year, he also spent 2 seasons at Poway as the head coach. 13-5, 1-0 out of the Coastal League for Torrey Pines. The starting lineup batting first, Jack Johnston. He's also playing second. Behind him, Carson Williams out at short. In the third spot for Torrey Pines, Bryce Martin playing third base. Ben Haney batting cleanup out in left field. AJ Guiliana playing center field. In the fifth spot behind him, Ryan Flather. He's in the DH. Cole Wilson backs him up in spot number 7 out at first base. Luke Stevenson catching in the 8th spot. And the final batter for Torrey Pines will be Liam Kelly out in right field. The pitcher on the bump, Zach Isaacman. More on Zach here in a moment, but first, we'll give you the field for Sage Creek. Out there in right field is Luke Caruso, Nate Brasher's in center, and Ryan Wiener in left. Ethan Santana, occupies first base. Connor Blow at second, EJ Larson at short, Christian Hope at third behind the dish. Aaron Del Grande, and on the bump, Colin Johnson. Here at Petco Park, a beautiful day, 65 degrees. Light breeze blowing out to the northwest towards right center field. A couple of clouds looking over the bay here, but just an incredible day for 3 games, all 3 brought to you right here on the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section audio network, presented by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. As always, folks, Mission Fed Credit Union is proud to partner with the CIF San Diego section and San Diego's largest member-owned non-for-profit full-service financial institution exclusively serving San Diego County. Banking at Mission Fed means doing good for San Diego by putting money back into the communities through supporting and helping hundreds of local nonprofit organizations. Thank you to Mission Fed and all of our wonderful sponsors. And to you, our faithful listeners, Torrey Pines, Sage Creek, coming up in a couple of minutes. Both head coaches, Tommy Simes for Torrey Pines and head coach Ryan Madsen for Sage Creek in the middle. 4 umpires here today, treating this like a full-on baseball game. Torrey Pines on the third base side, Sage Creek on the first base side. Sage Creek, the Bobcats, in their white uniforms and pinstripes, green numbers and letters on the front and backs. Torrey Pines has black tops on with red numbers and letters on the front with the yellow outline, and white pants with a black stripe down the side. Both teams are ready to go. Sage Creek, the designated home team, will feature Colin Johnson. And we are really excited to see him pitch. Johnson, look, you're saving your best for Petco Park, right? And on the season for Johnson so far, a 1.56 ERA. He comes into today with a 2-0 record, 5 games under his belt. How about that? 1.56 ERA for Sage Creek's Colin Johnson. His counterpart, though, on the other side, Zach Isaacman, a 0.91 ERA in 7 appearances. He has a 5-1 record. Under 1 ERA and a 5-1 record for Zach Isaacman, who will be on the bump for Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines, though, gets the bat first, and we are ready to rock and roll from Petco Park as the field is taken by Sage Creek. And Colin Johnson, as I mentioned, 1-0 on the season with that ERA. Both these teams in a fight. Remember, there is a postseason, folks, in what has been a crazy year. Both these teams fighting for really open division nod. They both come out of the Coastal League. This counts as a league game. Of course, Division I representatives as well here in the San Diego section. And when you look at the schedule, Torrey Pines is 13-5. Look at the losses. Madison 6-5. That was their first loss. Point Loma was a quality loss. We'll see them tomorrow here at Petco Park. This is going through the schedule for Torrey Pines as we await the play to really begin. But the big wins for Torrey Pines, La Jolla Country Day and 9. They shut out El Capitan. They beat Eastlake 6-4. Of course, we know Eastlake has one of the top teams in the nation. They lost to Rancho Bernardo. Quality loss, but got shut out 12-0. And here against Sage Creek, this is the back end of a doubleheader between these two teams. They were up at Torrey Pines 2 days ago on Wednesday. Torrey Pines won 5-3 against the Bobcats. And then here today, this is designated at Sage Creek, even though we are obviously playing at Petco Park. And then they'll be back at Sage Creek to wrap up the 3-game series on the 10th. On the other side for the Bobcats, they come into today at 10-7, and they have some ground to make up. This is a really important game. They started off the season 0-2. Their opening game was against Rancho Bernardo, the debatable number 1 team here in the section. They lost 11-1. Not debatable. I think that the credibility behind Rancho Bernardo's record this season backs up that statement. Mission Hills was a quality win, and then an 11-0 shutout to Point Loma for Sage Creek was another tough loss. They lost to Rancho Bernardo again 14-4, and Poway 11-0. So the Palomar League really getting the better of Sage Creek so far. Torrey Pines struggled as well, but we are ready to go here. Let's get ready for some baseball. Colin Johnson, the southpaw here for Sage Creek. Jack Johnston, the righty in. First pitch is outside for a ball. First pitch time 106 here at Petco Park. 65 degrees and a slight wind at about 5 miles an hour blowing out to right center field. The southpaw deals another fastball. Swung on and missed to Johnston for strike number 1. That evens the count here. Beautiful scene at Petco Park. Of course, we got downtown San Diego outlying the horizon, and then a park out over right field where a lot of spectators have gathered to watch today's matchups. The 1-1 comes in and missing low and away to bring the count to 2-1 strike to Jack Johnston. The anchor for Torrey Pines this season takes one in the shallow left field, and it drops for a single. The second baseman, possessing a lot of speed, gets a single bagger here to open up the play at Petco Park, and Torrey Pines has a runner on first. Nobody out here, top of the first inning, and that's a way to get things started if you're Torrey Pines. On the season prior to that at bat, Johnson was batting .456. He's now up at .459. Give him his 18th leadoff single of the season. And he takes about a step and a half lead off of first as Carson Williams, the shortstop, steps in. Ball in the dirt. Good block behind the dish by Aaron Del Grande to keep Johnston at first base. Carson Williams for Torrey Pines stepping in, the righty, with a runner on first. Middle infield for Sage Creek. Connor Blow, E.J. Larson playing in double play depth, towing that grass. The 1-0 popped up back towards us in the press box, and it's going to drop about 4 or 5 rows in front for strike number 1 here to Carson Williams. This is the middle of a 3-game series. Now remember, in the Coastal Conference, you're playing 3-game series for your league play. So this is the middle of a 3-game series and a 1-stop at Petco. The 1-1, an off-speed pitch missing inside. 2 balls and a strike here. 7 pitches in, 4 balls, 3 strikes for Johnson. 1.56 ERA for Sage Creek this season. Runner on first, nobody out. Carson Williams, wide stance. He really waves that bat over his right arm. The southpaw delivers the 2-1. missing away in the dirt. Del Grande sliding over to make the stop. 3 balls and a strike. So Jack Johnston able to get things going with a single in the top of the first. And Carson Williams trying to settle in now, well up in the count. 3 balls and a strike. And for Colin Johnson, he doesn't walk many batters, as the 3-1 popped back out of play into the second deck, and that brings the count full here. On the season for Carson Williams, he's batting .500. Yes, you heard that right. 62 at-bats, 27 runs, 31 hits, and 26 RBIs. He also leads the team with 8 home runs. I have a feeling the dimensions here at Petco a little bit deeper, and the payoff pitch is low. Ball 4. Carson Williams draws a walk. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Colin Johnson, a rare walk for the Sage Creek starter. It's walk number 7 to his season so far here in inning number 32. Runners on first and second. Torrey Pines very good with runners in scoring position, batting just above .300 on the season. And that brings Bryce Martin, the third baseman. First pitch missing low and away for ball 1. It really feels like Colin Johnson's trying to pitch around these Torrey Pines batters right now, especially after giving up the Jack Johnston single to begin the game. The lefty, though, towing the rubber. Facing Bryce Martin. Checks first and second. Wheels and delivers. A fastball missing for ball 2. So 12 pitches here through the first 3 batters. We'll call it 2.5 for Colin Johnson. 8 balls, 4 strikes. And all but 1 ball has missed either outside or low in the dirt. Really trying not to give these Torrey Pines batters any opportunity. The 2-0 to Martin, missing low and away on the off-speeder. Martin with the eagle eye right now, ahead in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Second straight Falcons batter to be up in the count. Carson Williams faced a full count, was up 3-1 prior, drew a walk on 5 pitches. On 6 pitches, rather. The 3-0 taken at the belt for strike 1 here, and Bryce Martin just gave it, obviously, on 3-0. In high school, you do see athletes get the green light on 3-0 sometimes, but here, Martin takes it. He's batting .361 on the season, giving 23 RBIs. That's good for second on the team. 3 home runs is also good for second on the team. In the 3-hole, 2 on, nobody out. Top of the first, ball 4. Missing low and away on the 3-1 count. And just like that, a hit and 2 walks later, bases juiced up for the Falcons. Nobody out. And Ben Haney, the cleanup batter, stepping in, but first a meeting immediately. Ryan Madsen, the manager here for Sage Creek, wants to talk to his pitcher. And during that break, I want to thank State Farm. Please, if you're looking for any insurance, hit up Ronald Wing at 858-484-1297 at State Farm. State Farm, we appreciate your sponsorship of each and every game here at the CIF San Diego section, high school baseball games at Petco Park, and the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section games of the day. This is game 1 of 3. We'll be doing all 3 games, of course. Bishops, Francis Parker, and then the nightcap at 7 o'clock. Can't wait to call it night game at Petco Park. Mira Mesa taking on Patrick Henry. Tomorrow we'll have 3 games as well from this very stadium, the cathedral as they call it, the Mecca of Major League Baseball stadiums. Bases loaded for Torrey Pines. Ben Haney checking in here in the cleanup spot, batting .256. Only 11 RBIs, looking to add to his total. The first pitch missing low and away for ball 1. Great block behind the dish by Aaron Del Grande. Obviously, as Colin Johnson on the mound tries to elevate his pitches, Del Grande has done a good job making sure that nothing has gone past the catcher. The 1-0 in from the southpaw. Another fastball outside for ball 2. Jack Johnston at third, Carson Williams at second, Bryce Martin over at first, and Ben Haney in the right-handed batter's box. Colin Johnson on the bump trying to work out of a jam. The 2-0 from the southpaw. A strike at the knees, and I hope you caught the sound of the ball as it struck the glove. That was a heater. 2 balls and 1 strike. The gun, I believe, is not on here at Petco Park, though when it comes to numbers, I try not to look at them regardless. I'm just bad at math. If I do see a miles per hour pop up somewhere, I will let you know. 2 balls and a strike to Haney. Johnson ready to go, toes the rubber, peers and fires. Another fastball in the dirt for ball 3. And he is in danger of walking in a run. You know, I was talking to the Torrey Pines head coach, Tommy Seamies, before the game, and I asked him, what's the vibe with your team? He said, they're amped. They're really excited, but a lot of them told me, they said, Coach, we didn't fall asleep until 4 or 5 a.m. We were so excited. And you could see on both sides just the jitters. As the 3-1 is at the belt, taken for strike 2. Nice pop in on the fastball for Colin Johnson to bring the count full 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's what you got to do. Just settle in. The game is the same. Yes, the atmosphere, you are at Petco Park, but it's still the game of baseball, and you know how to play it. These phenomenal athletes. The 3-2, caught on a missed strike 3, and Ben Haney goes down on 7 pitches. First strikeout and first out of the day. Colin Johnson sends down Haney. Runners at first, second, and third. Johnson at third. Williams at second. Martin at first. 1 away, and AJ Guliana digging in now into the right-handed batter's box. Batting .209 on the season. Does have a home run and 9 RBIs. A fastball taken on the outside corner just paints the strike zone for strike 1. When Johnson fires in that fastball, and think about Chris Sale, the lefty motion sort of out to the side, and you're using all of that centrifugal force to get that baseball as much velocity as possible. That's what Johnson portrays on the bump, though this time he buries one in the dirt. Del Grande able to slide in front. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Bases all loaded here. Top of the first inning. No score. Torrey Pines and AJ Guliana, their 5th batter here of the top of the first inning in game 1 of 3 from Petco Park today. The 1-1. Right down Broadway, taken for strike 2. Johnson has that lengthy release. It's a lot of backspin on that fastball, and it just has a bit of two-seam action to it that I think kept Guliana off balance, and now he finds himself down in the count in southpaw, quickly peering and firing. The 1-2, changeup in the dirt, evens the count. Johnston led off the ball game with a single. Carson Williams walked. Bryce Martin walked, and Ben Haney struck out. Bases loaded, 1 away here in the top of the first inning. That's your recap. Had a beautiful day from the ballpark. The 2-2, up and away, ball 3. Guliana thought about going around, wisely held back. And the junior has brought the count back to full. The 3rd full count we've seen here in 5 batters. Already 26 pitches thrown by Colin Johnson in inning number 1. Bases loaded, 1 away. The southpaw toes the rubber from the belt and fires in the 3-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. AJ Guliana goes down swinging. Back-to-back Ks now for Johnson, and he all of a sudden has 2 outs up on the board. And that's what you do. You settle in, you forget. You forget about the bases loaded. It's a non-starter. After the batter gets on base, you forget about it and face the next one. And Johnson has done a masterful job after loading up the bases with nobody out, sending down the next 2 batters. Ryan Flather now steps in, check swings at a high fastball. Did he go around? No, says the first place umpire. One 1-0 here to Ryan Flather. Batting .562 on the season. That's the highest average on the team, 9 RBIs. It's 4 doubles as well. Can really pull it. Took a fastball low for ball 2. Cole Wilson on deck. Luke Stevenson in the hole. Should we get that far? Bases loaded. No score here. Only 1 hit in the inning for Torrey Pines. That was the open hit by Jack Johnson on the leadoff. The 2-0 fastball painting the inside corner. That was a tough one. Father thought about going on that one too, but it was in on the hands. Home plate umpire liked the spot though. 2 balls and a strike here for Johnson. Southpaw taking his time on the stretch now. Towing the rubber. Fires in the 2-1. At the belt, taken once again. Strike 2. Twos across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away here. Colin Johnson, who loaded up the bases by way of a single and 2 walks, looking for his 3rd consecutive strikeout to get out of the inning. Taking a deep breath. And he's ready to go. The 2-2. Hacked and missed, strike 3. So after loading up the bases, Johnson retires Haney, Gliana, and Flather in short order. No runs a hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. We're going to step aside for a 30-second timeout. When we come back, the bottom half of the 1st inning, I'll give you the Bobcat top 9 and the field for Torrey Pines. You're listening to a presentation of the Prep Insiders CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ronald Wang in San Diego today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, back here at Petco, Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. No score to the bottom of the 1st. We go. What was a hectic top of the 1st inning, in which Torrey Pines was able to load up the bases, but then Colin Johnson, with nobody out, sent down the next 3 batters by way of strikeout to get out of the jam. On the other end of the 1st inning, we'll see the Sage Creek Bobcats and their at least top 3, if not more batters in the order. It'll get kicked off with E.J. Larson, the shortstop, in the leadoff position. Behind him, Connor Blow, Nate Brasher in the 3rd spot, Colby Kiesling, cleaning up. Luke Caruso batting behind him in 5. Ethan Santana occupies the 6th spot. Christian Hope out behind him, the penultimate batter. Aaron Del Grande and Ryan Wiener, the left fielder, is the 9th batter for the Bobcats in the lineup. On the mound, Zach Isaacman for Torrey Pines. I'll give you the Falcons field here after the opening batter. Zach Isaacman, 5-1 on the season, .96 ERA. I don't know what more I need to say. I think that the numbers right there speak for themselves as one of the best pitchers in the section. Headed to UCLA in the fall. And the righty against E.J. Larson is ready. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Luke Stevenson behind the dish hit his knees and was able to corral it. 1 ball, no strikes here to the opening batter of the bottom of the 1st inning. Isaacman toes that rubber, and the righty fires in a fastball, missing it low and away, and a nice eye by E.J. Larson has him ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Larson on the season, he's batting .333. Leads the team with 18 RBIs, 10 runs as well. 2-0 pitch taken at the knees for strike 1. Zach Isaacman has quite a repertoire of pitches in his arsenal, really, but that fastball seems to be the most effective. No score here, bottom of the 1st inning. Sage Creek up on offense. Larson digs in. 2-1 count, and lines one right into the glove of Martin at 3rd for out number 1. Martin didn't have to move from his position, about 4 steps to the left of the base. And now Torrey Pines gets an out on the board here in the bottom of the 1st inning, and Connor Blow digs in. On the season, batting .364. That leads the team. I know that Ginn is batting .400, but that's only in 5 at-bats. Blow is at .68, which leads the team. 16 hits, 4 home runs. Takes the first pitch on the hopper to first. Cole Wilson, though, is there, and he makes the out by himself for out number 2. So an unassisted 3 and a line out to 5 are the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 1st inning, and Nate Brasher will dig in. By the way, the field here for Torrey Pines out and right is Liam Kelly, AJ Gliana in center, and Ben Haney out in left, Cole Wilson at first, Jack Johnston at second, Carson Williams at short, Bryce Martin at third, and behind the dish is Luke Stevenson on the bump. Zach Isaacman facing his third batter, and Nate Brasher. First pitch is in there, out the belt, taken for strike one. Brasher on the season, batting .321, has been a very consistent batter for Sage Creek thus far. Going to keep the bottom of the first alive. 0-1 pitch, bouncing in the left-handed batter's box, so well away from the plate to bring the count even. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's really nice, folks, I'll tell you, out in right center, to have this park that people are just social distancing, picnicking, and enjoying some quality high school baseball. What a Friday. 1-1, missing low and inside for ball 2, and especially for these student athletes, that's really what it's about, right? Having the opportunity to play the game that they love at the mecca of baseball stadiums. What an opportunity. The 2-1, high deep drive. Center field on the move is Gliana, and it's over his head to the warning track. Rounding first on his way to second is Brasher. He's going to go for 3. The throw is in, but it's not in time. Nate Brasher triples with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. That's his 4th triple of the season, and Sage Creek has the opening run 90 feet away at third base. What an electric hit. I mean, Guiana, if he was in his home high school field, he would have made the catch. But because there's so much real estate, or that would have been a home run, but because there's so much real estate here at Petco, it's 410 to dead center. It's just impossible to make up that ground. Colby Kiesling digs in here. First pitch to him is low and inside for ball 1. Lefty now, the first lefty batter we've seen here today. And Kiesling batting .333 on the season with 17 RBIs, second on the team, has a runner at third. And the 1-0 pitch is a fastball in on the hands, taken off the webbing behind home plate for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away here. Runner on third, Nate Brasher. Both teams with no runs, a hit, and no errors. Torrey Pines did leave 3. The bases loaded back in the top of the first inning. But Isaacman trying to work his way. He does not give up extra base hits very often. That was his second triple given up this season. The 1-1 taken down the first baseline, but foul for strike 2. And Kiesling in the cleanup spot. Down in the count. DHing in today's game. Only 12 pitches in the inning for Zach Isaacman so far. It's been very efficient. Righty and lefty matchup. Kiesling in the left-handed batter's box. Down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner on third. Isaacman toes the rubber from the belt. Fires in the 1-2. Cut on a miss, strike 3. First strikeout on the day for Zach Isaacman. Ends the first inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. Runner stranded on third. 1 inning has come and gone. No score between Sage Creek and Torrey Pines. Will step aside for a quick 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section. Baseball game of the day. San Diego section high school baseball at Petco Park, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back in a moment from Petco. All right, back here at Petco Park. Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. The first of 3 games today, the first of 6 games through tomorrow. Of course, each and every broadcast right here on the San Diego Prep Insider live stream on YouTube, brought to you by Mission Fed and State Farm. Torrey Pines and Sage Creek currently in a stalemate as we head to the top of the second inning. No score, both teams with a hit, and have ended their ups on strikeouts. Cole Wilson will begin things here for Torrey Pines in the top of the second. He check swings a fastball, and that actually goes all the way up into the second deck. That's how fast Colin Johnson's fastball was. That's how quickly Cole Wilson was able to check his swing to meet it. Strike one here to Wilson. Playing first base in today's game. Foul tips the next fastball into Del Grande's glove behind the dish for strike two. So no balls and 2 strikes here to the righty Cole Wilson. On the season batting .278. Home run and a triple as well. 0-2. Caught him looking for strike 3. 4 straight Ks for Colin Johnson, going back to Ben Haney, the cleanup batter, in the first inning. It has been masterful. Basically, for Colin Johnson, he loaded up the bases with a single and back-to-back walks back in the first. And since then, he's struck out 4 straight batters. Luke Stevenson now steps in, and guess what, folks? He swings and misses big time at a fastball. Colin Johnson is settling in on the bump here at Petco Park right now. Stevenson catching in the 8th spot today. Takes a fastball upstairs. Solely fastballs here for Johnson so far in inning number 2, but his pitch count is already getting up there. 37 total pitches, 19 balls, 18 strikes. Really struggled looking for the strike zone in the first 2 at-bats. The 1-1 is a big hack, but fouled back off the screen. We'll do it again, but 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Stevenson. On the season, Stevenson is batting .156. 3 RBIs. Give him 7 hits in his 45 recorded at-bats. Takes the 1-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. No runs and a hit on both sides. 3 men left on base for Torrey Pines in the top of the first. Only 1 for the Bobcats, but it was Nate Brasher at third. So both teams with scoring opportunities in the first inning. Not able to bring him around. 2-2 pitch. Takes the ladder all the way up above the head of Stevenson to bring the count full. So from 0-2 to 3-2, Stevenson has done a good job working this count. Johnson, though, towing the rubber. The payoff pitch is delivered. Fastball taken at the knees, strike 3. Stevenson thought it was ball 4. He started striding towards first. The home plate umpire said, "Nuh-uh, young man. You got to get back to the dugout. You're out number 2. 5 straight strikeouts now for Colin Johnson. This guy is wheeling and dealing now. Liam Kelly, the 9th batter in the lineup, steps in. First pitch to him upstairs for ball 1. On the season for Liam Kelly, batting .241. 4 RBIs to his total as well. 2 away here in the top of the second inning. No score. Kelly takes another fastball in on the hands for ball 2. So Johnson has retired 5 straight via the strikeout going back to the first inning. Looking for another one here. The 2-0. Home run swing and a miss by Kelly for strike 1. He was out in front. He saw 2 straight fastballs, and then Johnson took something off the next one. Had Kelly out in front. 2 balls and a strike. The southpaw ready to go. Peers and fires. Upstairs, ball 3. Petco Park has been hosting baseball games in the San Diego section for quite some time, but obviously last year the season was canceled due to coronavirus. The 3-1 into Kelly. It's fouled back off the glove of Del Grande and out of play. So another full count here for Johnson with 2 away in the top of the second inning. Last year, season canceled due to COVID, and we weren't sure if we were going to have an opportunity to have this event, but due to hustling by all the wonderful people here in San Diego and the Padres at Petco's, the 3-2 pitch is hacked on and missed, strike 3. 6 straight strikeouts, including 3 in this inning, have Colin Johnson on a roll. No score, and I'll finish up my thought in the bottom half of the second. No score, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. To the bottom of the second we go. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. When we come back, it'll be Luke Caruso, Ethan Santana, Christian Hope for the Bobcats. You're listening to Prep Insider CIF San Diego Section Baseball Game of the Day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back here at Petco Park, Jonathan Rifkind on the call with you. No score to the bottom of the second we go. 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Bobcats. It'll be Luke Caruso, Ethan Santana, and Christian Hope up. Torrey Pines was sent down 3 straight back in the top of the second inning, courtesy of the strikeout by Colin Johnson. Unbelievable. 6 strikeouts on 6 straight batters going back to the first inning, and now Zach Isaacman for Torrey Pines. The righty on the bump deals the first pitch inside, but for ball 1, Luke Caruso took it. Isaacman has a strikeout to his total. It was the first inning strikeout with a runner on third to save the damage just to that triple. This one, though, Caruso goes high to shallow left field. Ben Haney able to stride out to his right and make the catch for out number 1. That was really hard off the bat, but Petco, of course, it echoes sounds of balls off bat, and here, metal bats are seldom used, so when they are used, you can really hear the reverberation, and it makes you think that every hard hit in this ballpark is a home run. Ethan Santana now digging in, the right-handed batter. No score on the season, batting .306, a really good spot in the 6 hole, but takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1. How about this for Zach Isaacman? Only 16 pitches here through the first 5 outs of the game. And batter number 6 now. Very efficient start here for Isaacman. Pearson fires the 0-1. Taken inside for Santana to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here. No runs, 1 hit, no errors on both sides between the Falcons and the Bobcats. In what is game 2 of their 3-game series in the Coastal League, but of course, game 2 being played on a neutral site, Sage Creek, the designated home team. The 1-1 pitch fouled off in on the hands down the first base line to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind has now all but died down. That flag out in center field, dead still. It was blowing pretty steadily, about 5 to 8 miles an hour towards right center. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Isaacman ready. Fastball in the dirt, but it caught Santana swinging. And then the quick put out, Stevenson to Wilson for out number 2. Strikeout, 2-3 put out. Has 2 outs on the board now at Petco. No score. And Christian Hope, the last hope here to keep the inning alive for the Bobcats. Hope on the season. Batting .200. Now Grande behind him. Wiener in the 9th spot in the hole. Should we get that far? But 2 away here. Nobody on. Isaacman deals a fastball, and that pitch fouled off the face mask of Stevenson for strike 1. Christian Hope got actually a pretty good swing on it, but he was under the ball, so it ricocheted off the top barrel. Stevenson okay adjusting his face mask behind the dish. Oh and 1. Isaacman. Big heave on the 0-1. Pitches in the dirt. Hope half-heartedly checked. The appeal to first, they're saying he went around. So Hope quickly finds himself down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 away here in the bottom of the second in a scoreless ball game. Isaacman taking his time. Both these pitchers, and Johnson and Isaacman, have taken their time. No reason. Just taking the moment. Go pitch by pitch, and that's what we've seen. 2 stellar performances to this point in the ballgame, still very early. Isaacman delivers the 0-2. Off the barrel, out towards right field. Christian Hope is out after a great play by Jack Johnston out of second base to secure it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 2 innings have come and gone, and the Bobcats are retired in short order. Order turns over for the Falcons. We'll have Johnston, Williams, and Martin, the 1, 2, and 3 batters on the other side of the break. You're listening to Prep Insiders CIF San Diego Section Baseball Game of the Day, brought to you by Mission Fed and State Farm. No score to the top of the third we go. Torrey Pines and Sage Creek back in a moment for Petco. Back here at Petco Park, Jonathan Rifkind with you. Remember, folks, to check out State Farm. Appreciate State Farm and Ronald Wing for sponsoring each and every broadcast here at Petco this week. Ronald Wing can be contacted 858-484-1297 for all of your insurance needs. No score here in the top of the third inning. It's been a quick game. Jack Johnston, though, he singled to lead things off back in the first inning. Was stranded on third as part of the bases loaded jam that Colin Johnson was able to get out of in the first inning. So Johnson back in the right-handed batter's box. Johnson on the bump and takes the first pitch for a strike at the belt. Johnston versus Johnson. Don't get it wrong, folks. Both these guys are very keen on the pronunciation of their names. The 0-1, Johnston, a changeup. He takes it low and outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike here. 49 pitches for Colin Johnson on the bump so far. Got to be careful here as we're only in the third inning for the ace of Sage Creek. But the 1-1, a big hack and a mix. And I'm surprised that Johnston didn't twirl out of his shoes with how hard he cut on that one. Nearly went another 180 after finishing his swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And the southpaw on the bump delivers. Upstairs, ball 3. Dimensions here at Petco, 336 to dead left. 343 left center, 400 dead center, 405 dead center. Right center is 396 and dead right 322. This one, though, Johnson drives it to left field and it's down for a single. Wiener got a run on it, but there's just so much ground, like I said, in a Major League Baseball field that his jump, as good as it was, wasn't good enough. And Johnson with his second single here today, he's 2 for 2, and he leads off the top of the third. So Torrey Pines has a runner on first right now with nobody away. Same situation we saw in the top of the first. Carson Williams walked. Bryce Martin walked as well to load up the bases, and then 3 straight strikeouts thereafter. Carson Williams is in. 0 for 0 on the day. Takes a pitch at the knees for strike 1, though. Johnson has been hitting with his fastball all day long. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 hits to his line so far. Delivers the 0-1, bouncing in the dirt. That evens the count here. And Williams has a 1-1 count. Over at first is Jack Johnston. Jack Johnston, you don't want him on the base paths. You don't really want, if you're in opposition, the last thing you want to see Jack Johnston anywhere because he's just so efficient, whether he's batting, whether he's on the base paths. We just saw it check over back to first, but he's back safely. And on the season for Johnson, he's 7 for 8 in stolen bases. 1-1, missing up and away for ball 2. Over at first is Johnston. Carson Williams has a 2-1 count. Bryce Martin on deck. Ben Haney in the hole. Colin Johnson has done a great job remedying the damage to only 2 hits so far. Johnston accounting for both of them. 3 left on base for Torrey Pines so far. Only 1 for the Bobcats. No runs on either side here in the top of the third inning from Petco Park. The lefty Colin Johnson checks Johnston once again over at first. Say that 5 times fast. Both these teams play up in the Coastal Division, but of course North County baseball is just so darn good. La Costa Canyon, Rancho Bernardo, Sage Creek, Torrey Pines really headline some of the best teams out of North County. Of course, we'll get a great city matchup here between Bishops and Patrick Henry after the conclusion of this one. Carlsbad's also a phenomenal team out of North County. They have a pitcher who throws 95. The 3-1, a fastball missing low and away. Ball 4, Williams walks. Runners at first and second. Third walk given up by Johnson. Second walk drawn by Williams, and Bryce Martin stepping in now. I mean, you could even go to some of the smaller schools. Canyon Crest Academy has some players. Poway has a decent team. North County is just loaded top to bottom with baseball talent. The entire San Diego area is. We'll talk more about that in the other games. First pitch to Bryce Martin, bouncing in the dirt for ball 1. Sage Creek also very underrated. Some people even have Sage as the best team in San Diego. Now, obviously, with their schedule, it's really hard. You can't win everything. Rancho Bernardo is really the only team that has been able to win all but 2 of their games, and those 2 losses were to San Marcos. 1-0 pitch inside, ball 2 here to Bryce Martin. So 5 straight balls thrown by Johnson going back to Williams' at bat. Williams at first, Johnston at second. Nobody out here, no score, top of the 3rd inning. Pitch number 60 now pending for the southpaw Colin Johnson. After a meeting between E.J. Larson, the shortstop, and the pitcher Colin Johnson, we're back to baseball. 2-0 count here to Bryce Martin. The lefty ready to go. Toes the rubber, checks second. Here's and fires the 2-0 pitch. Fastball fouled back up above the screen and into the second level for strike 1. Nice hack by Martin. Too early, though, on the look. And that brings the count to 2-1. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Torrey Pines. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Sage Creek here. Runners on first and second, though, for Torrey Pines. The second inning that they've been threatening with runners in scoring position. Martin takes the 2-1 down the right field line. It's well hit, but it just drifts foul right of that foul pole to bring the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Bryce Martin. Johnston waiting anxiously at second. He has been in scoring position today in both of his trips. He singled back in the first, got the third, but he was stranded thereafter. Singled here in the third and is currently standing at second. Johnson trying to get out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. Runners on first and second, 2-2 count to Martin. The southpaw delivers. Bouncing fastball, great block behind the dish by Aaron Del Grande. Runners stay put at first and second. Count is full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Martin. Johnson has worked methodically on the rubber today. He had 6 straight strikeouts going from the end of the first inning through the second inning. That was disrupted by Jack Johnston's single. The payoff pitch, high deep drive, left center field. Back goes Brasher, and he's able to make the catch at the warning track. If we were at Torrey Pines High School, Bryce Martin would have just had a home run. But we're at Petco Park, folks, and the stakes are a little bit higher. Out number 1 on the board. Runners stay put at first and second. That looked like a shot, and the Torrey Pine fans giving Martin a round of applause as he strides back to the dugout. Well-deserved. Again, that would have been long gone at a high school baseball field, but here at Petco Park, not so much. And what a great route by Nate Brasher to make that catch. Ben Haney checking in now. Strikeout victim. His first time runners go. Pitches in there for strike 1. The throw is not in time. And the gutsy double steal eliminates the double play threat. Johnston picks up steal number 8 of his season. Carson Williams is over at second with steal number 4 of his. 1 out to Ben Haney, who's down in the count. No balls and a strike, but I think he'll take the strike in exchange for the base runners advancing. Johnson has that 1 out. They really tried to get the double play. By the way, corners in. Santana and Hope at first and third, respectively, playing in, looking for the bunt. 0-1 pitches a fastball at the letters, taken for strike 2. Convoluted North County baseball. It only gets more complicated as the season continues. This game doesn't make things that much easier. The 0-2 pitch inside, ball 1. Torrey Pines beat Sage Creek 2 days ago. This is the middle of that 3-game series. One ball, 2 strikes to Haney. Runners at second and third. The 1-2, 1 away, is driven to left center field. Brasher, though, able to come in and make the catch. Johnson tests his arm. The throw goes off of Johnston and out of play, and Torrey Pines strikes first. An RBI sac fly for Ben Haney, and the Falcons lead 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Torrey Pines, no runs, 1 hit, no errors for Sage Creek here, top of the 3rd inning. By the way, the advancement from 2nd to 3rd went Carson Williams as well on the sacrifice fly. Johnson now with his first earned run today, 1-0 score. Johnson with a head of steam. It was actually a good throw from Brasher. He hit him on the base pass, but as Johnson slid home, the throw from Brasher hit off of his left shoulder. So it actually hit the runner as opposed to hit the glove of the catcher, where then he could then tag the runner. AJ Guliana up 0 for 1 today with the strikeout. 2 outs, runner on 3rd, 1-0 score here. Torrey Pines up. And I think Johnson wanted time, so he just threw the ball over to 3rd. Hope playing catch right now with his pitcher. The lefty really taking his time. Hasn't given up more than 3 runs this season so far. Toes the rubber. First pitch of Guliana. Pops in the glove, but missing low and away for ball 1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on base so far for Torrey Pines. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Sage Creek. And how about the pitch count here for Johnson? 2 away in the 3rd inning. 68 deep so far. The 1-0 taken by Guliana at the knees for ball 2. 36 balls, 33 strikeouts, 69 total pitches for the lefty here through 3 innings. The 2-0, though, is a fastball, one of the fastest ones we've seen here of the 70. Guliana tried to make an attempt, but missed all of it for strike 1. Johnson does a good job, though, bouncing back. He's found himself down in the count more often than not today, which is why he has more balls than strikes. Though 2-1 is down third base. It's fair. It's into the corner. 1 run comes in. Rounding first to second goes Guliana. The throw comes in, and Torrey Pines is up 2-0, courtesy of the RBI double. Carson Williams came in to score, and with 2 away, Guliana's at second. And Ryan Flather will dig in here. He's 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Looking to keep the inning alive. A big inning here for Torrey Pines. Both these teams are very big on building momentum early in games. And Torrey Pines striking first. They did that on Wednesday. Here today, once again, they did it again. First pitch to Flather. Missing low for ball 1. And Johnson, 72 pitches. You got to wonder how deep the leash is here for the starter for the Bobcats. Goes the rubber. Pearson fires with the runner on second. The 1-0 in. Fastball upstairs for ball 2. Two nothing score here, top of the 3rd inning. 2 away, runner at second. 2-0 pitch to Flather, missing inside for ball 3. So Johnson has had quite a day. 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Only 2 innings and really 2 and 2 quarters in, 2 and 2/3 in, I should say. 3-0 in, though, from the southpaw is delivered. Missing low and away, ball 4. Walk number 4 is awarded to Ryan Flather. He's 0 for 1 today, but he's on base with a walk. And batter number 7 of the inning, Cole Wilson, will step in. Now he's 0 for 1. Started off the 2nd inning striking out looking, but first timeout is called. And head coach Ryan Madsen strides out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. No, it looks like Johnson's day will be done. His line, 2 and 2/3 innings pitched. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 4 walks and 6 strikeouts for the southpaw. We're going to step aside for a break as they make the pitching change. When we come back, the rest of the 3rd inning, 2-0 score, runner at first and second. With 2 away, new pitcher coming in here for the Bobcats. I'll announce who that is and get you everything you need to know about him in a moment. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Nation Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back in about a minute with the pitching change. All right, back here at Petco Park. Jonathan Rifkin with you on the call. Pitching change here. Colin Johnson's day is done with 2 runs on the board and 2 runners on here in the top of the third. Sage Creek will have a new face. But first, Cole Wilson takes the 2-out fastball deep to left center field. It bounces at the warning track. Viana comes in and scores. Flather follows him, and 2 more runs cross the plate for Torrey Pines. Cole Wilson has a 2-bagger and 2 more RBIs to his season. It's 4-0 Falcons here in the top of the third inning. Both those runs, by the way, go to Colin Johnson's total for the day. So Johnson's final line, 2 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Quite a full line for the Southpaw. For Sage Creek, by the way, the new pitcher, as Luke Stevenson is coming in, or comes in and takes the first pitch on the knees for strike 1. Sorry, we got a number flip, so we're just trying to confirm that we have the name and the number correct here on the switch for Sage Creek. And it is. It's number 17, Joe Thompson, pitching, and he dealt the 0-1 pitch low and inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away here. On the bump is Joe Johnson, so replacing Colin Johnson. And the 1-1 popped up to right field. Caruso's on the move, but it drops right in front of him in no man's land. Coming in and scoring is Cole Wilson. And Torrey Pines has taken a 5-0 lead. Earned run goes to Joe Johnson. And Luke Stevenson is on first base with an RBI single. Liam Kelly will step in here, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second inning. And it's Thompson, excuse me. It's Joe Thompson, not Joe Johnson. My apologies on the last name. First pitch on the outside corner taken for strike 1 to Kelly. As I mentioned, strikeout swinging back in that second inning. Thompson ready, delivers. A fastball popped up in on the infield grass. Coming out of second is Connor Blow to make the catch, and mercilessly out number 3 is on the board after the pop out to 4, the second baseman. 9 batters come up for Torrey Pines in the inning. It accounts for 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and they strand 1 on base. We're through 2.5 here from Petco Park. Torrey Pines leads Sage Creek 5-0. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. Aaron Del Grande, Ryan Weiner, and EJ Larson due up when we return here on the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section. Baseball game of the day brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back here at Petco Park in beautiful downtown San Diego. Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. Torrey Pines went up 5-0, courtesy of 5 runs scored through the 9 batters they brought up in the top of the third inning. Zach Isaacman back out there for his third inning of work. Only 22 pitches for Isaacman. Coming into the bottom of the third inning, he has 2 strikeouts and has only given up 1 hit to Nate Brasher. Through the first 7 batters he's faced, Aaron Del Grande, Ryan Weiner, EJ Larson, 8-9-1 due up here for Sage Creek. And the Bobcats have some digging out to do of this hole that they've put themselves in, trailing 5-0. And it starts with the catcher, Del Grand, on the season. 286 batting average. 6 RBIs, does have a homer as well. He will lead things off where he's batting a hair over 305 on the season, leading off innings for the Bobcats. Lefty batter. First pitch from the right-handed pitcher has popped up to left center field. Should be playable, though, and out of left field, Ben Haney makes the grab for out number 1. Good swing there by Del Gran, but just too much air under it. Haney had no problem making the run out of left field towards left center to make out number 1. Ryan Weiner checking in now. The 9th spot here for the Bobcats. First pitch in from Isaacman. Weiner shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's taken for strike 1, just painting the outside corner. Isaacman throws gas. He's totaling 17 strikes, only 7 balls, 24 total pitches. He delivers the 0-1. Weiner takes it on the outside corner, but this one's called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Ryan Weiner. Batting .240 on the season. Does have 4 RBIs as well. 1 away here, nobody on. 1-1 count. Now a 2-1 count as a fastball misses low and away. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Torrey Pines. They have stranded 4 on base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Bobcats. They've so far left 1 on base. That was Nate Brasher on third base back in the first inning. The 2-1 here to Weiner. Lined through to second base. Johnson making an acrobatic move to his left. Able to fire it to Wilson in time for out number 2. Not an easy play from Johnson. It went through the glove of Isaacman back at the mound, but it started to slow down. It really almost looked like a bunt that was placed in between the pitching bump, the pitching rubber, I should say, and second base. But Johnston, drifting to his left, looked like the old OG days of Robinson Cano, if you will. E.J. Larson, who's 0 for 1 today, lined out to third his first time up, steps in. Takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1. These Sage Creek Bobcats are really looking to get deep in these counts. They have not swung at first pitches thus far into the game. Into the bottom of the third, this being the 10th batter, and E.J. Larson, who led things off for Sage Creek. Takes the 0-1 pitch to short. Williams sliding to his left, fires to Wilson at first, out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Isaacman. He's now retired 9 of the last 10 as we head to the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Bobcats. 5-0 Torrey Pines lead. We'll head back to the 4th inning in a moment. Jack Johnston, Carson Williams, Bryce Martin on the other side of the break. You're listening to Prep Insider's CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Top of the 4th at Petco Park in just a moment. Back here at Petco Park, Jonathan Riffin on the call with you. 5-0 Torrey Pines leads Sage Creek here in the top of the 4th inning. And we have a pitching change. Joe Thompson came in for 1/3 of an inning. Did retire an out, but not before giving up a hit and a run. So that's his day. The third pitcher now of the day is Sam Ginn, the senior utility man. Pitches, plays outfield and third baseman, and he deals a strike to Jack Johnston here to kick things off in the top of the fourth inning. Johnston is 2 for 2 now. Does have a run and a stolen base, a pair of singles to the leadoff batter's total here today at Petco. Ginn delivers the 0-1. This one missing low and away for ball one. The righty delivers another one. This one off the end of the bat and back off the screen for strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Johnston. He led off the third with a single, stole second, came around to score, courtesy of the sacrifice fly for Ben Haney that kicked off the 1 of 4 runs, rather 5 runs that Torrey Pines scored in the last inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Johnston. Ginn delivers, looping curveball, stays upstairs, taken for ball 2. That evens the count, excuse me. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody away here in the top of the fourth inning. Torrey Pines trying to add on to their 5-0 total. Another curveball, this one missing inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Johnston. Ginn has a fastball, changeup, curveball to his arsenal. Very effective out of the bullpen here. Delivers the payoff pitch, a fastball, taken outside corner, called strike 3. Johnston tossed the bat back to his third base dugout. Started striding toward first, thinking it was a walk. But instead, it's a strikeout. Johnston now 2 for 3 on the day. And Ginn's first batter gives him a strikeout on his total. Carson Williams now digging in 0 for 0. 2 walks, a run and a stolen base to his day. Comes up with 1 away here in the top of the fourth. First pitch, a fastball. Slopping into the glove of Del Grande for strike 1. We have seen some pop from these pitchers here today. Williams digging back into the right-handed batter's box. The righty on the bump delivers the 0-1. This one, an outside corner changeup, also taken for strike 2, and Williams looks away with disdain. He can't believe that was called, but when you go from a sub-90 mile-an-hour fastball to a looping curveball in the 60s, it keeps batters off balance, and that's what Ginn brings to the table. This time, though, a fastball bounces about 3 feet in front of the plate for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Falcons. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Bobcats here in the top of the fourth. Remember, high school baseball is only 7 innings, which makes me sad because I'd love to call 9 innings of 6 games here at Petco. The 1-2 down the first base line. It stays fair. It goes into the corner. Caruso making a run. Rounding second, heading the third is Williams. The throw is not in time, and Carson Williams slides in the third base with a triple. He's 1 for 1, but he has reached base all 3 times. 2 walks and a triple. The 6th run for Torrey Pines now 90 feet away at third base, and Bryce Martin 0 for 1, a walk and a fly out, ready to go. Torrey Pines trying to pile it on here against Sage Creek. Ginn delivers the first pitch. Martin foul tips it back off the glove of Del Grande. It hits the ground, strike 1 here to Martin. So Johnson led off the inning, striking out looking. Then Carson Williams tripled. So he's standing at third base. That's the 6th Torrey Pines hit. It comes with 1 away in the 4th inning. All balls and a strike here to Bryce Martin. Ginn delivers. It's slapped down the third base line, but goes foul. And I guess the first pitch of this at-bat, it was actually just Ginn throwing the ball back to the umpire. He didn't like the ball. So that's the first official pitch of this at-bat. So strike 1. Ginn so far, 11 total pitches, 7 strikes, 4 balls. Here against his third batter, the 0-1, one of those looping curveballs. The home plate umpire looked like he was going to call the strike and then put his arms down and said ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike now after the curveball misses inside to Martin. Then Haney on deck, A.J. Guiana in the hole. Should we get that far here in the top of the 4th? Ginn toes the rubber. Pearson fires the 1-1. Martin takes this one out to left, but Wiener, a step inside the warning track, makes the catch. It is certainly far enough, though, to drive Williams in. And the sacrifice fly works to perfection. Torrey Pines takes a 6-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Unselfish play by Bryce Martin. Just unleashing every ounce of energy he had into that baseball. Didn't quite get to the 343 mark that he would have liked, but it was certainly far enough back to score the run, and I'm sure that he'll take that any day. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Torrey Pines now here in the top of the 4th, 2 away. 1 run, or no runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Bobcats. They'll have their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th batters up in the bottom half of the 4th. 2 away here. First pitch into Ben Haney is taken outside for ball 1. Haney so far 0 for 1, a strikeout in the 1st, but sacked in a run in the 3rd. Clouds beginning to peer over the overhang here as shadows cross the field. It was bright and sunny when we started the day. 1-0 pitch missing outside, ball 2 on the fastball. Again delivers the 2-0. Off the end of the bat, back foul for strike 1 here to Haney. Folks, want to remind you to download the CIF Sports 365 app. It's a mobile app for Apple and Android to connect with all of your favorite teams with access to schedules, roster scores, statistics, and more. Never miss a moment with the CIF Sports 365 app. You could also listen to this game and each of our Prep Insider broadcasts on the CIF Sports 365 app. Make sure you download it to listen on the go wherever you are. The 2-1 pitch, by the way, missing inside for ball 3. Haney up in the count, again working behind, delivers the 3-1. Haney takes it to straightaway center. Brasher takes 2 steps in, makes the catch, and that's out number 3. Not before, though. 1 run comes around on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. 3.5 have come and gone here from Petco Park. Torrey Pines up 6-0 over the Sage Creek Bobcats. Back for the bottom of the 4th inning in a moment. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and presented by State Farm. Back here at Petco Park, I want to thank Agent Ronald Wing for sponsoring today's broadcast for State Farm. Hit up Ronald and all of State Farm's wonderful agents here in San Diego. Ronald can be reached at 858-484-1297. State Farm, an official presenting sponsor of the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section baseball games of the day at Petco Park. 6-0 score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sage Creek Bobcats ready to take their ups. They have some ground to make up. They lost 3-0 on Wednesday to Torrey Pines, trailing 6-0 now in the second of a 3-game series between these two teams. Game 3 will be played at Sage Creek. Torrey Pines is the host of the first one. And Petco Park playing host to game number 2 here. The first of a 3-game slate today. The first of a 6-game slate. We got 3 tomorrow too, folks. So strap in. We got 13 hours of on-air broadcasting to go here at Petco Park. The first pitch, though, into Connor Blow is fouled off for strike 1. Blow is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to first his only time up. Dak Isaacman back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. 30 total pitches. He has been efficient. 21 strikes, only 9 balls. And the 0-1 pitch is a changeup. Nice looking off speeder, but it misses outside to bring the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike to Connor Blow. Only his 2nd up here. And it comes in the 4th inning. 1-1 in. This one is an off speeder, a curveball that was able to hit the top part of the zone and it was taken for strike 2. So Blow quickly finds himself down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Only one base runner for the Bobcats. And that was Nate Brasher back in the first inning. He tripled and was stranded on third. He's waiting on deck now. The 1-2, though, a fastball hits the outside corner and taken, strike 3. Isaacman gets his third strikeout by way of the first batter here of the fourth inning. Connor Blow goes down looking, and Nate Brasher digs in. Brasher tripled back in the first. He's the only hit and the only base runner today so far for Sage Creek. And the power-hitting center fielder with a ton of speed in the right-handed batter's box looking to get something going here for the Bobcats. They have just been silenced so far through almost 4 innings. First pitch is a fastball taken at the belt for strike 1 right down Broadway. Isaacman knows that these Bobcats are taking the opening pitches of their at-bats, and he plays the part well by getting ahead. Why try to pitch around somebody if you know they're going to take the 0-1 in? Brasher with a great take. Watches it miss just a little low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Falcons. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Bobcats. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning at Petco Park. The 1-1, a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Liam Kelly out in right, AJ Guyana in center, and Ben Haney in left. That's your outfield for Torrey Pines. Cole Wilson at first, Jack Johnson at second, Carson Williams at short, Bryce Martin at third, behind the dish, Luke Stevenson, and in his fourth inning of work on the bump, Zach Isaacman. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away here to Nate Brasher. And Brasher takes the 1-2, a big heaving foul. He reached out across the plate to try and at least make contact to success, but that ball went into the 6th row of seats down the first base line. We'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Brasher. Sun now peeking out through the clouds. 68 degrees and sunny midday at Petco Park. The 1-2 popped up to left field. On the move is Haney, but out of short, Carson Williams makes the basket catch. Acrobatic play from the shortstop. He was midway out to left field, called off Haney and made the catch himself. Trying to play the part of Fernando Tatis here at Petco Park. 2 away now. Colby Kiesling, digging in. He was the last out back in the first inning. A strikeout swinging. Southpaw in that left-handed batter's box, facing the right-handed Zach Isaacman. The first pitch from Isaacman, lined up the middle. A backhanded attempt. The throw is off the bag, though. Carson Williams made an incredible play right behind second base to make the stab, turned and threw, but it was off left of Ethan Santana's glove, and I believe that will be a base hit. We'll see the official score, but I believe that will be a base hit for Kiesling. And no, they're going to give an error to Carson Williams. So a 2-out error as a runner on first. And that's just the second error of the season for Carson Williams at short. Luke Caruso, the fifth batter, or in the fifth spot rather, the third batter of the inning, digs in and immediately takes the first pitch to left field, and it's down for a single. Back-to-back base runners have first and second occupied now for the Bobcats, and this may be the rally that they were looking for. You may not necessarily make up the 6-0 deficit right now, but any momentum that you can build here towards the latter part of this game is beneficial. Ethan Santana now with an opportunity. Runners at first and second, 2 away here. And for the first baseman, batting in the 6th hole, he's 0 for 1, struck out. Back in the second, swinging, and then the 2-3 put out to secure the official out. 6 runs, 6 hits, and an error now for Torrey Pines. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Sage Creek here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 away. Santana digs in. Zach Isaacman checks second, delivers the first pitch. Changeup taken at the knees for strike 1. No balls in a strike. Isaacman taking his time. Check Kiesling at second. Fires in a fastball, and this one's in there taken as well for strike 2. So Ethan Santana steps in with some swagger, but quickly looks up the board and realizes that he's down no balls and 2 strikes here with a man in scoring position. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Isaacman working quickly now, trying to get out of this inning. The 0-2, change up in the dirt, swung on and missed. Stevenson will make the throw to first for the putout, and that's the end of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, or rather 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 stranded on base. But nobody coming around to score. 6-0 Torrey Pines lead. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. AJ Guana, Ryan Flather, Cole Wilson due up when we return here at Petco Park, where you're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back here at Petco Park, Jonathan Rifkind on the call with me. Folks, remember to share your photos on social media and tag CIF San Diego section on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, where they will retweet and like. Obviously, fans are now in a limited capacity being allowed back into venues. So when you're there, make sure that you let us know that you're in on the action. Also, download the CIF Sports 365 app where you can post those pictures and share it with all of your friends. 6-0 score here in the top of the 5th inning. The Falcons up and back on offense, looking to add on to their total. AJ Gulana takes the first pitch to left field. On the move is Wiener, and he'll have enough space. Bobbled it, but was able to secure it for out number 1. Gulana's 1 for 2, now 1 for 3. A strikeout, a double. A run scored, and now a fly out to left. To his day, out number 1 on the board for Ginn, who's back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. And Ryan Flather will step in here, 0 for 1, a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored to his day. Oh, actually, we might have a pinch hitter. Remember, games like this, these head coaches want to make sure as many of their athletes get to play as possible. We do. So for Torrey Pines, stepping in for Flather is Jackal. Ryan Jackal, utility junior at 6'1", comes in the 6th spot. Ryan Flather goes 0 for 1 today with a walk. The first hit pitch by Jackal that he sees is lined down the first base line, but it glides to the right of that line, foul for strike 1. On the season for Jackal, batting 188. Does have 2 RBIs in his 32 at-bats as well. 6 runs, 6 hits, an error for Torrey Pines. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Sage Creek. Again, with 1 out on the board, delivers the 0-1. Jackal takes it on the outside corner, but low to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here. 21 pitches into Ginn's appearance. He came in back to start the 4th inning in place of Joe Thompson, who pitched a third of an inning. Prior to him, Colin Johnson came in for 2 2/3. The 1-1 is a 2-hopper to third. Hope is there. A little off balance, but he makes a nice throw to Santana at first for out number 2. Nice play at third base by Christian Hope. 2 outs on the board now, and Torrey Pines in danger of being retired in order for the first time since the 2nd inning. They've only been retired in order 1 time. It was 3 strikeouts back in the 2nd inning, courtesy of Colin Johnson. It was the 7, 8, and 9 batters. Here again, working hard. Cole Wilson steps in. First pitch taken outside for ball 1. Wilson on the day, 1 for 2. Has a 2-bagger. That was back in the 3rd. Drove in 2 runs as well and struck out swinging back in the 2nd. 1-0 pitch missing inside for ball 2. Winding down the first of our 3 games here today. Bishops and Patrick Henry on the other side. The 2-0 upstairs, ball 3. And after retiring the first 2 batters here, Ginn finds himself down in the count. The first potential walk for him today. We'll see if Wilson gets the green light here up in the count, 3-0. Ginn toes the rubber, fires in the 3-0 pitch, upstairs, ball 4, and that's a 2-out walk drawn by Cole Wilson. First walk given up by Ginn, 5th walk given up as a whole by by the Sage Creek Bobcats. Luke Stevenson digs in. Now he's 1 for 2, an RBI single back in the 3rd. Also struck out looking in the 2nd. 6 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Torrey Pines. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Sage Creek here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, runner on first. Guliana led off in the 5th inning, flying out to left. Ryan Flather was pinch hit for by Jackal. He grounded out to 3rd. Cole Wilson walked, and Luke Stevenson takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. A fastball popping in there for strike 1. Liam Kelly waiting on deck. In the hole, should we get that far back at the top of the order, is Jack Johnston. Runner goes. The 0-1 pitch is low for ball 1 to even the count, and the catcher's indifference will allow Wilson to stride over to second base. Runner at second now with 2 away. Again, his stretch much longer than his prior 2 counterparts who started for Sage Creek. The 0-1, though, a changeup that had Stevenson well out ahead on the swing, and he misses for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner on second here, 6-0. Torrey Pines up over Sage Creek. Again, trying to get out of the inning, get his offense back up with some ground to make up. Deals a curveball. It's taken to short, backhanded by Larson. A heave across the diamond, and it's not in time. Great effort by E.J. Larson at short, but the wheels from Stevenson just too effective, and now runners at the corners. Wilson moves from second to third on the infield single by Luke Stevenson. Stevenson's now 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles and an RBI. And Liam Kelly, we'll see if he's pitch hit for. Looks like he will be. Matthew Levolsi. And we'll get also pinch runner. So pinch runner first is Jack Weissenberger. Oh, check that. That's actually Ryan Jackal. So Ryan Jackal comes in as a pinch runner for Luke Stevenson. And now we have Liam Kelly in the 9-hole. Okay, so we're good to go. 2 outs, runners at the corners. And Liam Kelly, who's 0 for 2 in the 9 spot, takes a first pitch ball up and away for ball 1. Kelly on the day struck out swinging in the 2nd, popped out to 2nd in the 3rd. Looking to try and add on to the total here today. Torrey Pines up 6-0. They have 7 hits and an error. The 1-0 fouled off the plate for strike 1. Again, 32 pitches into his outing so far today. Started in the 4th inning. This is his 9th batter faced. 32 pitches in, not too bad. 17 strikes, 15 balls for the righty. Toes the rubber, checks third. 1-1 count, 2 outs on the board to Liam Kelly. He delivers the 1-1, upstairs ball 2. Good take by Kelly. Those upstairs fastballs are deceptively enticing. A lot of times batters try and take them as deep as they can, especially with runners on the base paths. But here with 2 away, just looking for a quality hit. The 2-1 pitch, though, lightly foul, tapped back off the screen, and Liam Kelly has 2s across the board. 2 outs, 2-2 count, and 2 on. Runners at the corners. 6-0. Torrey Pines leads. And they're threatening here with 2 away. Again, trying to get out of the inning. Deals the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he does just that. Kelly goes down swinging. Again, picks up strikeout number 3. That's 9 total now on the day for Sage Creek collectively. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left on base. 4.5 have come and gone here at Petco, and Torrey Pines up over Sage Creek. 6-0. Christian Hope, Aaron Del Grande, and Ryan Wiener. 7, 8, 9 batters due up on the other side of the break. You're listening to Prep Insiders CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back in a moment from Petco. Zach Isaacman still on the mound to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back to Petco Park, everybody, home of the Padres, for our CIF San Diego Section High School baseball games of the day at Petco Park. Prep Insider CIF San Diego Section baseball games of the day are brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. We greatly appreciate each and every sponsor. To all of our listeners, no matter how you're listening or where you're listening, all of us here at Petco appreciate you making us a part of your Friday afternoon plan. 6-0. Torrey Pines leads Sage Creek here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Some ground to make up as Christian Hope will lead things off here. He's 0 for 1, popped out to second his first time up. And Zach Isaacman, who in 43 pitches has been incredible. First pitch in there for strike 1 on the inside corner, taken by Christian Hope. Isaacman, only 2 hits he's given up today so far. Striking out 3. No walks, no runs. The righty delivers another one, a curveball missing inside to even the count here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hope. Aaron Del Grande on deck in the hole, Ryan Weiner. And the 1-1 chopped out to short. It's cut off by the third baseman, though, Bryce Martin. Christian Hope hit it to his counterpart at third base, Martin. And Martin's able to make the play for out number 1. It was actually hit to Williams at short, but Martin got a better jump on it from third and was able to glide over, cut Williams off, and make the quick grab and throw for out number 1. 5-3 puts out number 1 up on the board, and Aaron Del Grande in the 8th spot. We'll dig in here. 0 for 1 today for the lefty. Flew out to left. Takes the first pitch high and deep to right field. It's over the head of Luke Caruso. Off the wall and into the corner. Rounding second, heading to third. And diving in safely, well ahead of the throw with a 1-out triple is Aaron Del Grande. Finally, the first extra base hit that Sage Creek has gotten since Nate Brasher back in the 1st inning. And it comes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Ryan Weiner now in the 9th spot, 0 for 1 with a ground out to second, steps in. That's just the 3rd hit given up today by Zach Isaacman, who checks the runner at third. Takes the sign from Stevenson, toes, peers, and fires the 0-0 pitch. It's in there, taken at the knees for strike 1. Isaacman has been quite methodical from the rubber today. The only reason that 4th inning that he gave up a single was because of an error at short that extended the inning. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball at the belt right over the heart of the plate, but taken by Weiner for strike 2. Isaacman owes so much today, or so often, has found himself ahead in the count. This at-bat, no exception. E.J. Larson at the top of the order waiting on deck. The 0-2 pitch bouncing in the dirt to the plate. Holding at third is Aaron Del Grande, as Stevenson made a nice block to keep the runner at bay 90 feet away. 6 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Falcons. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Bobcats here. Bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-2. Good attempt by Wiener to make contact, but he bats straight down off the plate. We'll do it again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's the second of a 3-game series. Second game of a 3-game series between these two teams. First pitch at 1:06, an hour and 30 minutes in to what has been a ball game dominated by Torrey Pines. The 1-2 goes off the glove of Isaacman, tracked down at second by Johnson, and makes a wonderful play over to Wilson at first to secure the out, but not before Del Grande able to score. So Wiener's out on the 4-3, but he gets an RBI, and Sage Creek is finally on the board. It's 6-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. And if you're a Wiener, I mean, you did all you needed to do. The last place that you wanted to hit that ball was to the left part of the infield. Instead, you go to the right part, to the second baseman, and that gives Del Grande a good opening from third home to make the run and score. E.J. Larson steps in, watches a bouncing fastball for ball 1. Larson on the day, 0 for 2, ground out to short, line out to third in his 2 trips. And watches a changeup miss away. 2 balls and no strikes here to E.J. Larson. Connor Blow on deck. Nate Brasher in the hole. 2 away here, though. 1 run around in the inning. 6-1 score at Petco Park. Isaacman delivers the 2-0. Larson thought about it. And the half-hearted attempt, he does make contact, but fouls it back for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Larson. Coming up after this game, we'll see Patrick Henry, or rather Francis Parker, take on Bishops, Mira Mesa, and Patrick Henry in the nightcap. 6-1 score here. Torrey Pines scored 5 of their runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Sage Creek got their first run here in the 5th. The 2-1. Line down into shallow right, and it drops in front of Kelly for a single. E.J. Larson keeps the inning alive here, picking up his first hit of the ball game. He's now 1 for 3, standing on second, and Connor Blow will dig in here, but not before a conversation on the mound happens between Luke Stevenson and Torrey Pines head coach Tommy Seamus. In his first year at the helm here at Torrey Pines, was an assistant for 2 years, and prior to that was the head coach at Poway for 2 years. So he's been well acquainted with the talent of baseball across North County, San Diego. Now just trying to relay the instructions to Isaacman. This is the 5th inning, folks. Like, this is make or break time. If you're in the lead, for Sage Creek, they know their ups are limited now. As the home team, they do have the bottom of the 7th, but you want to limit the damage, or you want to do as much damage as possible here when you can. So that way, if you do indeed trail going into that bottom of the 7th inning, it's a more manageable lead. Right now, 6-1, 5-run lead. Pretty solid for Torrey Pines, but Sage Creek trying to chip away. Runner at first, 2 away here. Connor Blow, the batter. First pitch to him, missing low for ball 1. I'll tell you what, it doesn't feel like Sage Creek has really been dominated to this point in the game, because Colin Johnson really didn't have a bad outing. He had 7 strikeouts. Just gave up 4 runs in the process. Back pick attempts. Larson dives back safely. 1-0 count here, 2 away. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Connor Blow stepping in the left-handed batter's box. Ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Isaacman delivers. Blow takes it against the shift down the left field line, but it'll go into the stanchion for strike number 1. So there was a shift, or there is a shift, I should say, against the lefty. And there, Blow tried to make Torrey Pines pay by going opposite, because the left fielder, Ben Haney, is playing more towards left center. That's where he's shaded right now. Bishop School currently sitting out down the third base line, watching this game as they mentally prepare for their game in game number 2 here today. The 1-1 pitch inside, but it goes past the glove of Stevenson, and that allows Larson over to second on the wild pitch. So runner at second now, 2 away, 2-1 count to Connor Blow. And now the shift changes in the infield, at least. over at short. Williams has to move over to his usual position to hold the runner at second. The 2-1 in. Bouncing in the dirt once again prior to reaching home plate. 3 balls and a strike. Blow has done a good job. He's down in the count 0-1. Has worked his way with 3 straight balls. 3 balls and a strike. Runner at second. 2 away here. 1 around in the inning in the bottom of the 5th. Isaacman trying to get out of it. Checks the runner at second and delivers. The 3-1. Popped up to center field. Guliana gives way to Kelly, and Kelly drops it. A routine fly ball is dropped by the right fielder. A pickle ensues, and the throw is not in time. Connor Blow is safe at second. An error by Liam Kelly drives in a Sage Creek run. Blow takes advantage, goes to second, and it's a 6-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. Wow. You cannot make mistakes like that in a high-intensity game like this. Second error of the ball game for Torrey Pines defensively. That will be an unearned run to Isaacman. Larson came around to score. Blow at second, Nate Brasher, and he tripled back in the first. Popped out to short in the second rather. 1 for 2 today. Takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Christian Hope led off the 5th, grounding out to third. Aaron Del Grande tripled. Ryan Wiener scored him on a sack. EJ Larson singled, and Connor Blow scored him, courtesy of an error by Liam Kelly out in right field. No balls and a strike to Nate Brasher. Isaacman, only one of the 2 earned runs, or runs is earned to him. The 0-1 popped up to center. Guliana, though, able to make a play to his right and the catch for out number 3 finally. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. And Sage Creek gets on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 4-score ball game. 6-2, Torrey Pines lead. To the top of the 6th inning we go. You're listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed and State Farm. Back from Petco Park in a moment. Torrey Pines lead Sage Creek 6-2. Back here at Petco Park. 6-2 is our score as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Ginn back out there working to get ready for his 3rd full inning of work for Sage Creek. And he has a bit of room to work with now as his team was able to make up the deficit just a little bit. 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 5th have allowed Sage Creek to cut within this lead, now trailing by 4. But Torrey Pines, their bats have been hot. They've only been retired in consecutive order once this game. That was back in the 2nd inning. They scored 5 runs in the 3rd and 1 run in the 4th. They were threatening again in the 5th. But Ginn was able to get out of it unscathed, and we'll see here in the 6th inning if he can keep the 0 on the board, get his Sage Creek Bobcats up for another opportunity to cut in. Not going to be easy, though, as Jack Johnston leads things off, takes the first pitch deep to center field, but Brasher is there, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Jack Johnston was 2 for 3, a pair of singles and a strikeout prior to that flyout, so now he's 2 for 4. Had a flyout to center to his day. One away here, Carson Williams with an opportunity now. He's reached base all 3 times that he's been up here today. Walked in the first, walked and came around to score in the third, tripled and scored in the fourth. Takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1 to begin his at-bat here in the 6th. 6 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Falcons. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Bobcats here through 5 in the top of the 6th. And I guess they didn't like the baseball because, again, just tossed it back in. And actually, that's not getting out there. That's Christian Hope. So we have a few changes. Luke Caruso moves from right to third, as Williams fouls this pitch off. Down to the count now, 1-2 strike. Luke Caruso moves from right to third. And then now in right field is Cruz for Sage Creek. The 1-2 skied high to shallow left center. And E.J. Larson, who has remained at shortstop, able to make the catch for out number 2. So Luke Caruso's at third. Caruso goes from right to third. Cruz is in at right. And actually, Hope is the pitcher now. Christian Hope, who's playing third up to this point. So Ginn had 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and Hope has retired the first 2 batters to his outing via a flyout and a pop-out. Bryce Martin steps in now. 0 for 1, a walk, a strikeout, and a flyout to his day. Hope working quickly, got 2 quick outs. And that's the purpose to bring him up here. Try and work quickly to get his offense back up there, trailing 6-2. First pitch, though, missing low for ball 1 to Bryce Martin. Martin has had a great day playing third base, the hot corner, where he's been very effective fielding the 1-0, rather the 2-0 missing for ball 3. Martin laying off of it. 3 balls and no strikes. Hope delivers. The 3-0 is taken to left center field. Brasher has plenty of room under it and makes the grab for out number 3. 3 flyouts. And the top of the 6th is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Hope comes in and gets the job done. 6-2, the score remains. The Falcons of Torrey Pines lead the Bobcats of Sage Creek. It'll be Kiesling, Caruso, and Santana should that order stay the same for Sage Creek when we return. 6-2, Torrey Pines up. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section. Baseball game of the day brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Back in a moment from Petco Park. Zach Isaacman back out there looking for his 6th inning of work for Torrey Pines. They're up 6-2. Only one of the 2 runs that has crossed the plate for the Bobcats was earned to Isaacman. So far, Zach Isaacman line going into the 6th inning, he's given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Been very consistent from the rubber today for Torrey Pines. Sage Creek got their first 2 runs back in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now an opportunity to continue to chip away at this lead in the bottom of the 6th. New fielding change. Junior Barajas comes in behind the plate in place of Luke Stevenson. Looks to be the only change in the field so far for Torrey Pines. Anything else happens, I'll let you know. First batter here for the Bobcats of Sage Creek, Colby Kiesling in the cleanup spot, 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the first, reached in the fourth by way of an error. Was stranded on second thereafter. Left-handed batter against the right-handed Isaacman. First pitch from Isaacman is a fastball, and Kiesling wanted all of that one but got none of it. Swung on a miss for strike one. Isaacman working quickly now. Toes the rubber and delivers the 0-1. Another fastball outside, though. It misses to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Torrey Pines up 6-2. The 1-1 bouncing in the dirt for ball 2. 6 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Torrey Pines, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Sage Creek here in the back half of this game. Bottom of the 6th. The 2-1 from Isaacman. Late swing forces it foul back behind home plate up to the second deck towards the premier level seating. Kiesling evens the count on the foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Isaacman really wants this strikeout. He has been on the stretch this entire time, ready to go. The 2-2 win. Change up in the dirt for ball 3. Full count now against Colby Kiesling. Caruso on deck, Santana in the hole here. Christian Hope in the 4th spot. Payoff pitch from Isaacman. He's ready to go and fires it in. Popped up to left field. Haney and Williams both on the move, and Williams out of short will make the catch in shallow left field for out number 1. Took a little stumble backward after. Almost looked like he may have dropped it, but the shortstop able to secure it. His territory isn't really just limited to the area around shortstop. He does a great job branching out and trying to make plays in all parts of the middle field. Luke Caruso digging in now, 1 for 2, a fly out to left and a single in the 4th. First pitch he sees is skied to center. Guliana, though, has a ton of room, but out of right field, he'll be called off by Lavosi, who came in, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Pop out to short and a fly out to right, put 2 outs up on the board. And Ethan Santana will step in here. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Try and keep the inning alive here for Sage Creek. Isaacman ready, 2 outs up on the board. He's up. His team is up 6-2. And the first pitch here to Santana is popped up into center field. Guliana makes the out. 1, 2, 3 inning to close out the 6th here for Torrey Pines. Their lead remains intact. They're up 6-2 to the top of the 7th we go. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego Section Baseball Game of the Day. Torrey Pines leading the Sage Creek Bobcats. Back for more in a moment from Petco Park. Back here at Petco Park, Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. Top of the 7th inning, Sage Creek trailing Torrey Pines 6-2. Torrey Pines with their potential final ups here of the ball game. If they hold this lead, remember high school baseball ends in 7 innings. So Sage Creek really has one more opportunity to try and stifle the high-octane Torrey Pine Falcon offense. Get one more opportunity to try and at least tie or even take the lead and walk off. But trailing by 4, you have to hold that as much that deficit. And Christian Hope, back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work, will try and do just that. We're going to have a pinch hitter here, I believe, for Torrey Pines. Sam Sheffield, number 26, the 6'1 utility junior, comes in place of Ben Haney, who played out in left field. Haney went 0 for 2 today, a strikeout, a sack, RBI in the 3rd, and a flyout in the 4th for his day. And now Sheffield digs in. First pitch, fouled back into the 2nd row for strike 1. Actually, new pitcher, so Hope came in for an inning, so they're really going deep into the bullpen. It's Friend for Sage Creek. Jackson Friend, the junior, trying to be friendly to his team by holding the deficit to just 4 runs. 0-1 in, missing low and away to Sheffield. Sheffield, Guliana, and Jackal, 3 due up here in the inning. Again, playing at Petco Park, these coaches want to get as many of their players an opportunity to step on the field as possible. The 1-1, missing low and away for ball 2 here to Sheffield. Friend dealing. The 2-1, fouled back off the hands to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Torrey Pines. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Sage Creek. 5 of the 6 runs came in the 3rd inning for Torrey Pines, and an inning where we saw all 9 batters stride up to the plate. Sage Creek scored all 2 of the runs in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2 pitch, missing low for ball 3, a full count now to Sam Sheffield. Friend trying to get out number 1 here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He toes the rubber and delivers. The payoff pitch upstairs, ball 4. And Sheffield leads things off here in the 7th inning with a base on balls. Just the first walk given up here for Friend, and walk number 6 given up by Torrey Pines on the day. Run first, nobody out. AJ Guliana stepping in now. And actually, no, we're going to get another pinch hitter. It's Stratton for Torrey Pines. First pitch to Stratton is in there at the knees for strike 1. I don't even think Stratton's on the roster that we were handed. So we'll do our best to try and... Oh, Burke Stratton, there he is. Second baseman, junior 5'7". Foul tips the 0-1 pitch back off the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. So Burke Stratton comes in place of AJ Guliana, who went 1 for 3 today. Double and a run scored back in the 3rd. A strikeout and a flyout as well. Stratton trying to keep things going. 0-2 pitch, though. He hacks at and misses for strike 3. And Friend gets his first out here of the day, courtesy of the strikeout. Strikeout number 10 now as a collective for Sage Creek. 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 7th inning. And that'll bring in Jackal, who came in as a pinch runner for Flather back in the 5th inning. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Remember, Bishops and Patrick Henry will be going after this, set for 4 o'clock, so probably about 40 minutes after this one's done. The 1-0, though, lined in the left center field. It's going to drop, and Jackal is on with a single. Over from first to second goes Sheffield. And Friend gives up a hit. Torrey Pines has runners on first and second. Nobody, rather 1 out. And we'll see if Cole Wilson is the one to take the bat here, or if there's a pinch hitter. It looks like Cole Wilson is the batter on the day for Wilson. 1 for 2, a single, or rather a double, a walk, 2 RBIs, a run, and a stolen base to his day so far. In at-bat number 4 here takes a ball in the outside corner. Sheffield at second. Stratton struck out and Jackals at first after singling. That was just the fourth hit of the day for Sage Creek, 8 for Torrey Pines. Falcons lead 6-2 here in the top of the 7th. The 1-0 in. Taken in between first and second and into right field. Rounding third and testing the arm is Sheffield. The throw is off the bag, but going from second to third is Jackal, and he'll be gunned out for out number 2. So an RBI single for Cole Wilson extends the lead 7-2. That scores Sheffield. Then Jackal advances to second, tries to get to third, but is out on the throw. So that throw goes 9-4-6, 1-6 on the putout for out number 2. So runner at first, 1 around and 2 outs on the board now. That's going to bring up Junior Barajas, and he takes the first pitch at the knees for strike 1. Barajas comes into the place of Luke Stevenson. Stevenson went 2 for 3 today with an RBI single. And the lefty Barajas takes the 0-1 pitch. Well foul into the second row. We'll do it again. This time, no balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. Friend delivers a fastball. Called strike 3. Caught Barajas looking. Friend gets his second strikeout and ends the top of the 7th. No runs. Rather, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left on base. 7-2. Torrey Pines lead Sage Creek, and the Bobcats have 1 more opportunity. The bottom of the 7th inning to make up the deficit. Stay tuned. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th inning from Petco Park in a moment. You're listening to the Prep Insiders CIF San Diego section baseball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and State Farm. Bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher in here at Petco Park for Torrey Pines is Dunlop. Comes in place of Zach Isaacman. Nick Dunlop, the right-handed pitcher, just a sophomore, standing at 6'3". You know, with that frame as just a sophomore, he's still growing. Trying to close things out here for Torrey Pines in the bottom of the 7th. They're up 7-2. It'll be Christian Hope, Aaron Delgrand, and Ryan Wiener, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, due up if we get that far, or if they make no changes, I should say, to the batting order here for Bobcats. 5 runs is a lot of ground to make up, but this offense has the talent to do it. We'll see if Torrey Pines can take their 2nd straight game against Sage Creek in the series. Remember, they have a 3rd game on Monday, or rather tomorrow at Sage Creek. So the way that the league games work in the Coastal is you play 3 games, obviously staggered home and home series. So the last game was at Torrey Pines. This game is here at Petco, and the next game will be at Sage Creek. For Torrey Pines, after the Sage Creek series, they will play Carlsbad, Canyon Crest Academy, and La Costa, their final 3 series of the season. Christian Hope begins things here for Sage Creek in the 7th inning. He's 0 for 2, a pop out to short and a ground out to third in his 2 trips. 7-2 the score. Sage Creek here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 more opportunity. Dunlop's first pitch upstairs, ball 1. Dunlop on the season, a 5.76 ERA in 10 appearances. Does have a save and a 1-1 record. Delivers the 1-0, a fastball at the knees taken for strike one, and that evens the count here to Hope. 1 ball, 1 strike. And actually, they just changed the name of the pitcher. We're so high up here at Petco in the press box. It's so hard to see. It's actually London, not Dunlop in pitching, and a looping curveball is in there for strike 2. London delivers a 1-2, cut on a miss, and Ben London able to send down Hope on 4 pitches to get out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So now that we have the pitcher sorted out, London on the season, 3.5 ERA in 5 appearances, as an 0-0 record, and no saves. First pitch to Aaron Del Grande is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 for 2 today, a fly out to left and a triple that turned into a run back in the 5th inning for Del Grande. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Takes a fastball low and away to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the 7th inning. 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Falcons. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Bobcats. The 1-1 taken on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Del Grande. London working quickly from the rubber. Pearson fires the 1-2 pitch, a curveball. Del Grande was well out in front, but able to get enough of the bat on it just to dribble it foul down the first base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count remains to him. Ryan Weiner on deck. Should we get that far, or should he stay in? And remember, both these teams trying to get as many players in as possible. 1 out, 1-2 pitch. Curveball outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here to Del Grande. Weiner on deck. It looks like he'll stay on deck as he is out there taking his warm-up hacks, and EJ Larson in the hole. 2 balls, 2 strikes. London delivers. Another off-speeder, another half-hearted wave, and another foul ball for the 3rd time. We'll do it at 2 balls and 2 strikes again in this at-bat. London facing his 2nd batter here today. Throwing 7 strikes and 3 balls. He's really not trying to stave away from these guys. Going right at them. The 2-2 pitch, though, fastball that misses low and inside to bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. The payoff pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. We'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to the southpaw batter, Aaron Del Grande, who also plays catcher. Not often that you have a lefty catcher. Of course, he throws right but bats left, which makes him such an asset. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Del Grande in a payoff pitch situation. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here. London fires it in. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. Del Grande goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts for London. Now 2 outs here. And Ryan Weiner, the final hope for the Sage Creek Bobcats at Petco Park on a Friday afternoon, trailing 7-2. But first, a conversation on the mound as the Torrey Pines infield is going to chat with London, the pitcher. And I know there are 2 outs. Maybe this is one of those just get the out guys and take in the moment because playing at Petco Park is so special. Or it's a real game plan because they anticipate that Weiner might be swinging away. I would assume that he is. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Sage Creek. I don't think so. As now the meeting on the mound breaks, but there's a conversation in the dugout now for Sage Creek. So there's 2 outs on the board. Oh, and I see. So Torrey Pines is actually swapping pitchers and a fielder. That's what's going on. Okay, so coming into pitch is Carson Williams, number 7. He was playing shortstop, and taking his place is London, the formative pitcher. So they're just giving as many guys an opportunity. Williams has played a phenomenal day at shortstop. Now getting an opportunity to close things out here at Petco Park. 2 away, nobody on. 7-2 Torrey Pines up over Sage Creek. Ryan Wiener waiting by as Carson Williams takes his final tosses here. On the season for Williams, here over a 2.5 ERA. Trying to just end things here. Ready to go. 2 away, nobody on. 7-2 score. Torrey Pines leads, Ryan Wiener in, and the first pitch, a fastball taken at the knees, but with so much smoke on it, strike 1 is called. On the day for Wiener in the 9th spot, 0 for 2, a ground out both times the second, and he takes a big hack and a miss for strike number 2, and now one more strike, and Williams will get to close this out for Torrey Pines. He fires it in, another fastball. This one misses low and away, and this guy is not even going to his stretch. He is going straight from the belt to the toss. And here we go. He toes the rubber, comes set, and fires in the 1-2. Low and away, ball 2. Good take by Wiener. Two's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. 7-2 score, bottom of the 7th inning. Williams trying to get this one done. The 2-2, and it's fouled. A meager foul off the bat of Ryan Wiener. The 2-2 again. Curveball inside corner, called strike 3, and this ball game is over. Williams able to complete the trio. 3 straight strikeouts for Torrey Pines to end the ball game. The final here from Petco Park, the Torrey Pines Falcons 7, the Sage Creek Bobcats 2. Torrey Pines moves to 14-5 on the season. Sage Creek drops to 10-8. What an incredible start to our day. Torrey Pines and Sage Creek, the opener, in an offensively explosive ball game, but it comes away to Torrey Pines. The players of the game, Jack Johnston, obviously 2 for 4, pair of singles and a run scored. Carson Williams reached base 3 times. He goes 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a triple. And on the other side for Sage Creek, how about Aaron Delagrande with that triple to spark the 5th inning that eventually scored 2 runs. Well, what a day it has been, and what a day it will continue to be. We're going to step aside for about 45 minutes. Head over to the other stream where you can catch Bishop's Patrick Henry. Boy, are we excited for that one. I'll be on the call for that one as well. But the final here in game number 1 of the day from Petco Park, Torrey Pines takes down Sage Creek 9-4. The final line, or 7-2. 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, 7 left on base for Torrey Pines. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 4 left on base for Sage Creek. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me at Petco Park. Hope you tune into the rest of the broadcast. If not, enjoy the rest of your Friday, and we'll talk to you real soon.